Dillon, remember when you told Conor that you were a better version of Khabib and had him ready for the fight? LOL. Boom, roasted. Yo, Dillon, teenagers in 2004 want their hair back. I mean, seriously, who bleaches their hair anymore? You suck. Boom, roasted. Dillon, you didn't even place at the high school state tournament. You suck. Boom, roasted. Yo, Dillon, who do you consider more your daddy? Conor McGregor or Gary Tonin? Boom, roasted.
Last but not least, Vitor Belfort. You already know, bro. Anybody want these hands can get it. You see Good Samaritans doing it. I'm a Good Samaritan too. If you want to kind of come out of retirement and get this, you can get that as well. So it's like, it ain't no thing to me. Y'all call me and tell me what it is, what the business is, and I tell you, and I show y'all what the business is. So just call me and let me know what's up. You know me, I ain't never ducked and dodged nothing. And still at 50, I don't duck and dodge nothing. So y'all calling me out after you coming out of retirement. What? Anytime, you should have already known. You ain't have to just tell me when and where and what weight, and I'm good, all right? What up? Gotta say it for my fans right quick because there are a lot of people asking and chiming in. Yeah, you know, I don't duck nothing. The Vitor Belfort fight is in talks, but his people are talking to my people. Nothing serious yet. They're talking dirty boxing. I'm the master at dirty boxing, clean boxing. Don't really matter, but if him and his people and my people can make it happen, then it's definitely a possibility. But nothing has happened yet. Peace.
There's been a little back and forth with you and Vitor Belfort. Talk about potentially not a mixed rules match, but a different rules match. This could possibly happen. But Roy, let me ask you this: this is something we've been talking about a long time with you, right? Like Anderson Silva was mentioned years ago. There's been others throughout the way. How real do you think this is, and how badly do you want this fight?
Well, I think this is the one that's kind of the realest of them all, because for him to come out of retirement and say he won't be, I mean, that means that he got his mind made up. That's what he wants to come out of retirement for. He know what he wants. He know why he wants it. So there it is. So it's like, I'm the easiest person in the world to make a fight with, because when it's coming to boxing, I could care less who it is. I love boxing. So you want to box? That's very easy to do. Everybody else talked about it, but they didn't never step forward to get it done. I think with him, and having the VP of one right here on the phone, she can make it happen. So I feel like right now that this won't happen.
Well, look, Roy, I'm definitely interested in it. I'm curious what you think, though, about it not just being straight boxing, but having the clinch game, a dirty boxing style rule set implemented. I mean, is that still something that interests you, and does it concern you at all?
Yeah, it definitely interests me. It doesn't really concern me at all, because we got boxing gloves on. We're going to use elbows and all that. I mean, I could understand that. I mean, he wants to have a fair chance to win the fight, too. So I totally could understand all of that, and I wouldn't be against it. It is something different, something I never engaged in, something I don't know much about. But because of what it is and the nature of it, if it's a big enough event, because we're not doing it for actually a boxing match, it's more for the event purposes of it. And if it gives him an opportunity or gives him a better chance to participate in the event, then why not?
Paulie Malignaggi mentioned that he would be interested in fighting Artem Lobov. So I shouldn't be this surprised, AJ, but they are literally building a Paulie Malignaggi Artem Lobov fight by having Artem Lobov have a warm-up fight with Jason Knight leading up to this big matchup. Now, I'm very repentant of circus matchmaking for bare-knuckle boxing because, look, it's a niche of a niche of a niche, right? You need to do circus acts to get people to pay attention. So I'm very forgiving of this business model / circus matchmaking of bare knuckle FC. But at some point, do you have to give us a number one versus number two, or is it just circus matchmaking from here to the horizon?
Absolutely, it's circus matchmaking. I mean, people want to blame the UFC at times for circus matchmaking or making these so-called mega fights. When you're, like you said, the niche of a niche, like bare knuckle FC is, I think that's all you do. You find what people will tune into. You find what can get you some traction. You find the money somehow to go out and sign some of these guys, and then you set it up. So, like you said, they're building an Artem Lobov, Paulie Malignaggi fight. I mean, this may be the most pressure Artem's ever had on his of him going into a fight ever. Like, think about it. He knows, like, okay, if I win this, if I get by Jason Knight, I'm going to set up this big matchup with Artem Lobov. We can sell this many different ways, maybe get some traction, get bare knuckle a little bit more on the map. But I guess also at the same time, you think it's in Artem's deal that Conor McGregor may or may not show up and be in your corner and do something crazy to get some attention?
Oh, I think it goes far beyond that. I think Paulie Malignaggi did this deal solely so he could fight Artem Lobov, solely so we can finally get the golden gem of combat sports, a boxing match with Conor McGregor. I think that this is all it is.
So Paulie, like it's going to be like Rocky, where the Russian killed Apollo.
Yep.
So if Paulie kills Artem, then Conor needs to help out his buddy and go stand up for him and fight him in an actual boxing match, not a bare knuckle fight.
Yep. He has to go into Brooklyn, Paulie's backyard, and fight under his rules.
Wow.
And go fight him.
So all right, well listen, Ray, the other fight that was really interesting to me, and I felt bad for Cody Garbrandt. Again, this is a guy who was on top of the world. Again, got too emotional in my opinion. Just stood there in the pocket. He's fighting a great fight, gets emotional, and just starts throwing haymakers with Pedro Munoz and loses. What do you do with a fighter that is getting overly emotional? How do you deal with something like that? Again, not only was it an unfortunate loss, but this is kind of the third fight in a row where he's kind of gone off script. So what did you think about the whole thing?
It's a bad thing. This guy's emotions are going to kill him at this point because he can't control them, and that was definitely a winnable fight for him, but he chose to just from caution to the wind at a time where he probably could have picked him apart if he was just a little calmer, because he's got the power to do that and the technique. But man, you could, one of the things you could try is to get him emotional and just make him relax right away.
Right.
You know what I mean? Almost like, you almost get in a car accident and your heart's beating, like jump out of the car and shadow box. You know what I mean? Like you have to be able to tone it down. I could come up with some stuff, whether it would work or not, I don't know, but it's got to be something like that where as soon as you hit that code red, you're able to pull it back and, start breathing again and then refocus. So I don't know, man, because that's a guy now that he's in a weird position because his chin is not going to hold up like that much longer. It's not holding up now, and he's getting hit with big shots. He's not getting hit, he's not getting tapped. So I don't know, but it's definitely a case of where his emotions are just killing him at this point. And he's a good guy, but somebody's got to jump in there. And I'm going to say like a sports psychologist is where he's heading. That would be the only thing to do, is to try to get him to realize when he goes into that code red, focus and just, be able to act calmly.
Yeah. Yeah, when things get wild, his natural instinct certainly is not to reset and protect himself and raise his guard. It's to get in a fight. And again, I know him well. I mean, he and his brother used to, drive 25 minutes and beat the fucking hell out of each other away from their mother, right? Yeah. Time and time again. Amateur boxing repetitions, more than maybe you'd even like,
football.
right? Football, played middle linebacker in the state of Ohio, had 150 tackles in a season. The dude knows one direction, it's forward. And I think these are some thick stripes to be changing, sports psychologist or otherwise. I'm just not sure he can do it.
Yeah, I mean, look, it is a good quality, but he has to focus that quality. He just has to hone it. He's got a great quality, man. You want to come back,
Right.
Who was the other fighter that, even like a guy like Bisping, man, he gets hit, but he comes right back like nothing happened.
Yeah.
But he's not, you know what I mean? Like, it's a great quality, but he's not using it the right way at this point. So you want your guys to have that spirit and that aggression, but it's got to be controlled aggression. It's just, you can't be reckless.
Right.